Check, 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 check. Please rise to welcome the dignitaries. Please put your hands together and welcome the dignitaries. Good morning, dignitaries and participants. A warm welcome to the two-day International Conference on Sustainable Transformation through Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, hosted by the Department of Commerce, Bishop Heber College. We are honored to have our esteemed guests of brilliant minds who are innovative leaders across the globe and our participants who are full of energy today. A special word of welcome to the participants from CSI College for Advanced Study, Punakkad, Kerala. We hope these 2 days bring you lots of learning and insights. Let us begin this momentous occasion with a prayer song to seek blessings of the Almighty and set the tone for a harmonious and inspiring event, followed by Tamil Thaai Vaazhthu.
சீராரும்
Thank you, choir, for that beautiful rendition. To officially commence the conference, I invite Dr. D. Fenla Agnes Island, Vice Admiral of the Department of Commerce, to welcome our esteemed guests and participants.
A very good morning to all of you. I welcome wholeheartedly our distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, dear students, and respected members of the faculty, non-teaching staff, and the technical team. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome each one of you to the International Conference on Sustainable Transformation through Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. This event marks a significant milestone in our journey towards fostering a culture of sustainable practices and innovative thinking within our academic and professional spheres. The theme of this conference, Sustainable Transformation, is not just timely but imperative. As we stand at the crossroads of environmental, economic, and social challenges, it is our collective responsibility to harness the power of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship to drive sustainable development. This conference aims to provide a platform for sharing ideas, discussing best practices, and exploring collaborative opportunities that will contribute to the betterment of society. We are honored to have a diverse group of speakers and participants who bring a wealth of knowledge and experience from various sectors. Their insights and contributions will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and inspire us to take meaningful action towards sustainability. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Saravana Kumar. Your Excellency, your presence here today underscores the importance of international cooperation in achieving the theme of the conference, Sustainable Entrepreneurship. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of the Department of the Commerce. I also warmly welcome our principal ma'am, Dr. J. Princey Marlin, who is a source of motivation for everyone present who reinforces the importance of this event. I welcome you, ma'am. Next, my warm welcome goes to Mr. Jayaraman, General Manager, South of Business Standard, who will felicitate this gathering with his words of wisdom. I welcome you, sir. In team members, non-teaching staff, and technicians have made this event possible. A special welcome to the participants from our own college and those joining us from various other institutions. Ensuring that our discussions reach a wider audience. This conference serves as a platform to explore innovative solutions and sustainable strategies, and we are confident let us make the most of this opportunity to learn from each other and drive sustainable transformation. Once again, I welcome all of you. I look forward to an engaging and fruitful conference. Welcome, all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the warm welcome. We now move to the traditional lighting of the lamp ceremony, symbolizing the end of ignorance and the beginning of knowledge and enlightenment. I kindly lighting the lamp.
I also extend a warm welcome to Mr. Narayanan.
Don't blame brain lazy. If you're
Thank you, dignitaries. With the light of the lamp guiding us, we now take a moment to honor our distinguished guests. We are deeply grateful for your willingness to join us today, and we would like to honor your presence with a memento. I invite our esteemed principal, Dr. J. Princey Merlin ma'am, to honor Mr. Saravana Kumar, Consul General of Malaysia. I invite Professor P. Sendil Kumar to adorn Mr. Saravana Kumar with a sandalwood mala. I request Professor G.T. Samuel Devdas, Coordinator BCom Shift 2, to adorn Mr. Saravana Kumar with a shawl. I now invite Dr. K. Muthulakshmi ma'am to honor Mr. Jairam, General Manager Business Standard, who is a constant support of our department with a memento. I call upon Dr. A. Ravi Kumar sir to adorn Mr. Jairam with a shawl. We would like to honor Mr. Satya Narayanan, Group Executive Vice President, RBL Bank. I invite Dr. Shanti Merlin, Coordinator BCom PA, to present sir with a memento. We request our Head Department of Commerce, Dr. D. Fenla Agnes Island, to greet Principal Ma'am with a bouquet. Thank you, dignitaries. Please be seated. Apologies, we'd like to honor Mr. Satya Narayanan Ganesh, Group Executive Vice President, RBL Bank, with a shawl. I invite Hannah ma'am to honor sir with a shawl. Moving forward, it is my privilege to invite Dr. J. Princey Merlin, a beacon of hope, a guiding star, whom you can depend on even in the blackest of night or the stormiest of the seas. Ma'am is a dedicated person who inspires all of us to be the best version of ourselves. Please welcome our principal to address the gathering.
Good morning to one and all gathered here. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Mr. Saravana Kumar, Consul General of Malaysia for South India, distinguished speakers, the organizers of the international conference, the head of the department, Dr. Fenella, the dynamic teachers of the Department of Commerce, vibrant student friends, the delegates, and all the invited guests. It is with immense pleasure and pride through stands as a testament to our institution's unwavering dedication to fostering innovation, championing sustainable practices, and nurturing an environmental ecosystem that aligns seamlessly with the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly goal number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, sustainability has transitioned from being a mere aspiration to a pressing necessity. As educators, researchers, and change agents, we bear a profound responsibility to ensure our efforts extend beyond academic pursuits to serve the greater society. Research and innovation must be honest to confront global changes, particularly the climate change, resource scarcity, and socioeconomic inequalities. Meanwhile, entrepreneurship offers the critical pathway to transform innovative ideas into scalable, real-world solutions that drive meaningful change. What's the role of Bishop Biba College? Bishop Biba College, with its rich legacy of excellence and community impact, has always been a catalyst for transformative education. This conference represents yet another milestone in our mission to bridge the gap between academia, industry, and society. It provides an invaluable platform for thought-provoking discussions, deliberations, collaborative exchanges, and co-creation of ideas that can shape a sustainable and equitable future. At this juncture, we are honored by the presence of the distinguished guests, Mr. Saravana Kumar, the Consul General of Malaysia for South India, for his valuable presence. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing this occasion. We are really honored by your presence. Definitely your inputs and insights and your expertise will bring glory to this institution through our dynamic students. And I appreciate and congratulate the Department of Commerce for taking wonderful initiatives like this to bridge the gap between the industry, academia, and the society. My heartfelt congratulations to the head of the department, Dr. Fenella, the organizer, as well as the faculty members who are always committed to raise the standards of Bishop Biba College. My hearty congratulations and appreciation to the entire team of the dedicated team of the Department of Commerce. I would also like to acknowledge the contribution of all the student friends who have gathered here. Definitely, this conference will bring a lot of changes in your thinking process and will bridge the gap between the industry and the academia and will give you various avenues for your progression. I request all my dear students to have fruitful discussion with the expert team across various domains and make use of their expertise to come up in your life. What's a call to action? As we embark on this enriching 2-day journey of learning, dialogue, and discovery, I encourage all the participants, the delegates from various institutions, various industries, to immerse themselves fully, exchange knowledge, and leave with actionable insights. Let this conference serve as a call to action for each of us to innovate responsibly and to transform practices thoughtfully and to contribute tirelessly to the creation of sustainable future. I know that the students are highly committed, innovative, and vibrant, and definitely this conference will help you to come up in your life. Once again, my hearty appreciation and congratulations to the organizers, the head of the department, faculty members, and student friends of the Department of Commerce. Once again, I extend my warmest congratulations and appreciation and welcome to all of you. May this conference inspire us to innovate, transform, and sustain together. As per the motto of our college, Nisi Dominus Frustra, in vain without God. May God bless our efforts and bring glory to God and glory to this institution. Hearty congratulations to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the motivating and inspiring words. Now we will be introduced to our chief guest, Mr. Saravana Kumar, Consul General of Malaysia, by Dr. B. Hannah, Coordinator, BCom International Accounting. Following the introduction, we will also experience a special video presentation.
Pleasant morning greetings to all the dignitaries on the dais and everyone gathered here. It is a privilege to introduce Mr. Saravana Kumar Kumaravasagam, the Consul General of Malaysia for South India, as our esteemed chief guest for the inaugural of the two-day international conference on sustainable transformation through research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Mr. Saravana Kumar is a seasoned diplomat with over 2 decades of distinguished service in the Malaysian diplomatic and administrative service. Mr. Kumar brings a wealth of experience and expertise across multiple domains. He holds an impressive academic background with a Bachelor of Science honors from the University of Malaya, a Master of Science in Natural Resource Management from the University Putra, Malaysia, and a Diploma in Public Sector Management from the National Public Administration Institute of Malaysia. Mr. Kumar's career encompasses pivotal roles in ministries such as science, technology and environment, plantation industries and commodities, and foreign affairs. His contributions extend to international trade, environmental policy, bilateral diplomacy, ASEAN regional organizations, and human rights. Notably, he served as Minister Counselor and Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of Malaysia in Laos before taking on his current role. With immense gratitude and admiration, I once again welcome Mr. Saravana Kumar Kumaravasagam, whose presence here today is truly an honor. We are eager to hear your inspiring words and learn from your valuable experiences. The floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
Dear participants, we will now witness a video presentation titled The Soul of Malaysia, Melting Pot of Diversity. We request the dignitaries to occupy the front row.
They say the soul never changes. It's the one thing that stays constant. While what we see around us may change and grow, the feeling of where it came will always stay the same. The soul is life, guiding us to make us who we are. what we are, and where we go. And where I'm from, we go forward. So come, we have much more to share. Malaysia, truly Asia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Saravana Kumar, to share his special address with us.
Thank you to our MC for handing over the floor to me. To Dr. Princey Marlin, Principal of Bishop Herbert College. Dr. Fenella Agnes, Head of Department of Commerce. Mr. Satyanarayanan Ganesh, Group Executive Vice President, RBL Bank, South and Goa. Mr. Jairam, respected dignitaries, esteemed academicians, undergraduate and postgraduate students, I guess these are the category of students here, and distinguished guests. Vanakkam, good morning. In Malaysia, they call Selamat Pagi. It is an honor, truly, today, ladies and gentlemen, to be here at this international conference on sustainable transformation through research, innovation, and entrepreneurship, organized by the Department of Commerce, Bishop Herbert College, an acclaimed institution celebrated for its commitment to academic excellence and its international engagements. After what I can say is, after seeing all this students' face over here who are undergoing this undergraduate and postgraduate as well as academicians, and I should recall myself, I too underwent all the stages in my life, all this being student like you all, organizing a conference. I started in University Malaya, and if you say, of course, once we entered the academic university life, it's totally different. I was also an active person in university union activities at that time. So stood up for election and did campaigning. The campaign in the campus will happen exactly like a general election. So you have to nominate, you get to get a nomination, file your nomination, and you have to campaign for about 10 days and win over the executive seat post over there. All this actually shape people, when you are in the field of, when you are enrolled into academic institutions after your schooling, an institution like this gives you an opportunity to explore yourself beyond academic dimension, self-discovery. Like the opportunity is given today, and through this conference, that I saw that conference content and this thing, so you'll be given a lot of exposure in terms of the team itself, sustainable transformation through research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Each of that word given there as its own definition. So I hope you have had some understanding of definition of those words and relating to your daily life. The moment you start a day in your life, you start up, wake up in the morning, you get dressed up. The reason we start our life and where we are heading, we are living in the present today. How to make our life interesting. These are called innovators of tomorrow, And you are at that juncture here today to think through. You must ask yourself, why I have to study all this, why I have to come to this conference today, These simple questions in you, and your commitment to be here today with all of us, including me, all of us are gathered. Of course, we had a prayer to presence of God today, who has given the opportunity in this pleasant morning that I can be present without any hindrance. And all the senior people of the academic, your principal, all dignitaries are here, the students well dressed up, in a very moderate, conservative, modern society compared to some other parts of the world where the liberalism has taken over. If you see Western world, that religious norms are being questioned, and atheism kind of culture is being developed, and all the reason why I have to do this, why I have to do that, Can I be free, more freer than a free thinker? Whatever I can do, this kind of thing. But you look at this society over here, within that modernity and the conservative, you still maintain the decorum. That is the beauty of when I was posted in Tamil Nadu, and forever I cherish that. Until now, this is the only country in the world, I would say, who have maintained the religious norms, the cultural identity, the originality, in terms of following the traditions, mix up with modernity. All this thing is still living and present, is well practiced. And I always pray that in future, India or Tamil Nadu will remain intact in this current dimension forever. And you all are part of it. We should not ever think America is a dream nation. Western culture is a dream way of living, We can see when it comes to sustainable, we must ask ourselves, is their way of life sustainable? The consumptions, of fuel, consumption, their daily life of luxury, Everyone want to have a LV bag in their life, Rolex watch, want to drive a Ferrari. What is the necessity for a very rich person when so many people are living in poverty? Even in the concept of India, what's the point of driving a Ferrari or what's called a Jaguar or all these luxury cars when the people have, you can see your country people, many are still have not attained the level of quality of life that is needed. Okay, so this is commitment. So luxury comes only, and a luxury life is not necessary. It's just to help make yourself satisfactory because of the money, wealth people have. But it's more to that today's concept that you look at sustainable transformation through research, innovation, entrepreneurship. Okay, like you can see research is done through on the context of high moral grounds. There's a limit that we can go to research. Now we can see the field of artificial intelligence that is growing very fast. Concepts like developed by OpenAI, ChatGPT. I was talking to academicians here. They were sharing the concern that how it actually make that now the generations like you all, fall into the trap of doing a short way of doing, shortcut way of doing things in academic research, all these tools are there. A handphone is in our hand. I was talking this morning. This handphone can mean hell or heaven. It's both in your hand. Okay, so it's what you choose, what you decide. Okay, the world is there for you to look at it and enjoy. Again, you can see daily. You can go to the streets, the colors of the streets when you go. I always enjoy passing by streets. You can see that fruit shops with all the colors are there, with the sari shop selling all the colors, food items. So all this is what makes our life easy. You go to the agriculture field, the paddy, the rice is already ripening yellowish, beautifully. And then the sugarcane plantations with these green leaves, Actually, all this, we can say, it's a nature. It's a God's and nature's abundance that is given to us in this country. Okay? And it sustains a population of almost 1.45 billion for generations, And you can see that's a God's gift to this country in terms of resources, the people, agriculture community, which should be highly appreciated. And I hope many of you all, even of academic field, rather than involve highly inspirational tech fields, you also give a balanced view to how the future of agriculture will be. You know, it doesn't matter in what field you are, but the agriculture part need to be given high importance because that is a core of any country, food security. And also looking at the topic itself, of course, United Nations has given it has own United Nations sustainable goals, and you have been studying. Most of you all who are in commerce nowadays would have studied the topic of ESG, which is incorporated into everyday's every business aspect of doing business today, including energy transformation, green technology, you know, hydrogen energy, solar, electric vehicle, all this happening around us, transformation. So in that context, India too has not left behind. I'm sure you are all part of that engagement, and you read all this development, and many of you all have a vision. One day you will get a job in all of those sectors, you know, and get a high-paying salary, good life, and settle down either in India or Tamil Nadu, Bangalore, Dubai, or any parts of the world. I'm sure many of you all have that kind of vision. One day you want to travel overseas, you know. Of course, with the academic achievement, empowerment, like given by institutions like Bishop Herbert College, I'm sure through this kind of initiatives, you know, will give you all chance to prove yourself and develop yourself and gain valuable insights. I look at the topic given throughout the next 2 days, today and tomorrow. It's very interesting topics. So all these topics, it's how you'd pay attention and get the part that how you're going to digest it on your own. Okay, all these topics and focus, you know, how you take it, you know. So it's interesting topics are being planned, and instead of topics, it's an individual itself, you know, with various backgrounds, you know. Some I've seen people coming from California and various industry background rather than topics. So I'm sure they're going to share their life experience at what I'm sharing today. Okay. So all this actually, it's a kind of hard work put in by the academic institutions, the Commerce Department, by getting involved. You see, I'm a third generation Indian from Malaysia. My forefathers went there, and we generations settled down there. And I too came through a hard way. I'm not a very highly acclaimed academic background. I'm just average student. But of course, perseverance, hard work, staying patient in your life, you know, no rushing in doing things, but you got to work smart, and how, you know, you delve in the topic. I'm also I've done some research on emotional intelligence. I was a research assistant to a professor of creative technology for about almost 2 years, and my professor was a master of EQ studies and creative. He's actually a chemistry teacher who became a creative professor, creative tool professor, and a psychologist. So when I was under him, it's a very unique experience I had, very insights into how we look at the human thinking process itself, you know, creative. So this is very interesting. He used to test me. You see, when I joined him, I just joined him as a research assistant, and he never even tell how much he will pay me. So he just called me to the room. Are you willing to? It's just 1 week after my graduation. So at that time, we were Malaysia. Year 2000, we are facing a kind of unemployment rate quite high. So I was just 1 week after graduation, and I got information that there's a vacancy of this research assistant job. So I went and saw him, Then introduced to him, he just called me to the room. Are you interested? Okay, tomorrow you join. But he never tell me the salary he's going to pay me. So at that time, you see, that's the moment I decided after graduation, I will stop taking a single cent from my parents or my brothers, siblings. I need to start living on my own. So I stopped cutting down my expenses. With whatever money I have, I must start get the first month of the salary to start my own life. And that gave me that impetus, that opportunity given by the professor. And not only that, then he started to pay me a moderate sum for a few months. And then he saw my work, job nature, the way I do his work, So he gave me the opportunity to hold an executive post under him itself. So he gave a job under what he called University Malaya Center for Continuing Education, Executive Development Program. So he gave me an appointment. So roughly, I was given a salary of equivalent 20,000 rupees at that time, plus doing his job as a part-time, as a research assistant. So through that, that is a very enriching experience whereby he has taught me how, as young graduates, we should not be very proud the moment we graduate, we have a degree, we have qualified, we have succeeded in life in getting a degree, and that's called literacy. We are literate now, we are the champion, and go out and looking for only the certain job category, not every job you're willing to accept because you have that ego, students, the moment they graduate. So the moment he told me that's not the actual thing, the most important is after graduation, how you conduct yourself, what is your emotional quotient? That means how patient you are with your words, how you speak to people, this kind of thought process, and when we go through that under him, the research work, everything, he did a lot of profiling. He does a lot of profiling on people. And I was part of it. I used to profile thousands of people through a computer system and generate reports for him. So from there, you can see how people, if you see that is, this emotional quotient kind of index, for every individual. So from there, it's very interesting how you can break down. I'm not sure the Department of Commerce have this topic of emotional intelligence in this college. Do you all have such topics in commerce? Oh, okay. Evaluation. So these kind of areas, of course, if you're staunch, follower of any religion, be it Hinduism, Christianity, or Islam, it has its own thought process on psychology, all this thing. It's nothing new. But only that nowadays, through that Western way of doing things, they're more formal, more systematic, this kind of thing. But it's very interesting that I like to broach this topic that today's sustainable transformation through research, innovation, entrepreneurship, the aspects of emotional, how you look, how you project your emotional thinking. Eventually, when you go out, is very, very important. Okay, so I would say, in my progress in my work career, it has played a very important role. The mentor professorship, the professor who was my mentor, the guidance he has given me for the last 2 years when I graduated is a very valuable experience who has shaped my thinking, how I serve my head of department. If people provoke, how you react, how you look at opportunities, how you persevere through tough times, all these issues, subject matters. So I hope through this conference that the participants of this conference will able to get some knowledge on the topic itself. And further also, our principal madam also asked me to say a few words on the opportunities available in Malaysia as you see, Malaysia is truly Asia, where I'm not sure how many of you all have been to Malaysia, but Trichy being a very important port of embarkation for many Malaysians nowadays. There's about 4 flights, daily. Malaysia offers, I would say Malaysia would look like something like if India or Tamil Nadu get a developed status, Malaysia is a projection of that. So everywhere you go, Malaysia has a 7% Indian population, but everywhere, most of the major cities, you will have an Indian street with Indian culture, Indian people, Tamil speaking, everyone will be there. And there's a lot of opportunity, of course, in the undergraduate level, but undergraduate level, the problem you'll see there's lack of scholarship programs for undergraduate. But postgraduate, I would advise you all can look at EMGS, Education Malaysia Global Services website. You just type in Education Global Services website. You will get to see the nature of programs, the institutions, everything is there. You can just do a research. So I've noticed many, even every few months I'm hearing stories that the students from Tamil Nadu, they get an opportunity with a scholarship to enter into postgraduate. So it's after your graduation, you can always, the opportunities are there. So how you match your graduation program or expertise to a supervisor in Malaysia to match your skills, Through this kind of things, you might calling an invitation to participate, come over to Malaysia and evaluation done. And the scholarship opportunities are there under postgraduate. For undergraduate, we have not much because it's more focused to Malaysian students. So international students, there is, but of course it's competitive. But for postgraduate, there's a lot of opportunities, okay? Of course, we have our website, we have our office in Chennai. You can always drop by to get a consultation. But beyond that, you can sit at home, you can go to the Education Global Services website and look at the available programs there and match what you want to do in a country like Malaysia. And of course, 2 days ago, there was a report in Economic Times. You can go to our social media that tells Malaysia's cost competitive education, high quality education in Malaysia. So Malaysia is coming up as a very good nation with offers quality education, high education with affordable fees. So with this, there's a lot of opportunities available. There's public institutions, there is private education institutions. There's collaboration between foreign universities there. Like we have presence of Monash University, Nottingham University, China University, Japan University, so many institutes and American universities are there present. So where you can enroll and study in either undergraduate and postgraduate in a very much cheaper cost than going to that country. And later on, after you get your qualification, you may able to get an easier opportunity to go to a country like Australia or even US or UK through that channel, So these are the opportunities I can share with you all today. Because I cannot immediately give you all a guarantee that we can offer scholarship, this and that. That is no. But it's case by case basis how these things come. So it's opportunities. Information and opportunities are everywhere. I'm sure you have seen that one movie, the comedian actor Sandy will be sitting in one bench there he'll be asking that guy who I employed, you go and look for me this food, that food, today, You see that comedy, But the powerful message, information is powerful. You will take his diary and sure, information is powerful. With that, I'm sitting and eating. So the information is very powerful. I believe so, what he said. The information is so powerful that it can create an opportunity of $1 million for you. If you follow and follow certain instruction correctly, the opportunity You might say today, how I'm very poor, very moderate, my family cannot afford, no? But somewhere from the rooftops, this kind of opportunity might come, but if you use the right channel and buttons, opportunities. Of course, God's grace must be there and luck with you all. Everything will take off very well, okay? But with that, I'd like to thank the college for honoring me and giving me the opportunity to come to Tiruchi and address this conference today, organized by PG and Research Department of Commerce, Bishop Herbert College, and according me a very honorable hospitality for my stay in Tiruchi. With that, I wish all the organizers all the best in running this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful and informative address. Up next, we have a special moment, the release of the book titled Sustainable Transformation Through Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The book discusses on innovative approaches and practices towards sustainable growth, leveraging green technology for sustainable innovation, impact of green banking initiatives, encouraging entrepreneurship as career path, empowering women through digital transformation, and provides a sneak into sustainable development among smart cities. It also discusses about various ways to achieve industry innovation and infrastructure, especially in the digital marketing space. I humbly request the dignitaries to join us on stage. May I now invite Mr. Saravanakumar to officially release the book. Thank you, sir. I also request all the dignitaries to accept a copy of the book to make the event more distinctive. Dear participants, please put your hands together for the wonderful occasion. Thank you, dignitaries. We appreciate your time. To further add to today's celebrations, it is my immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Jairam, a person of great caliber who has diversified experience in sales, marketing, print and digital media for the last 3 decades. He started his career as a sales trainee at Murugappa Group and later spearheaded the sales and marketing operations of Sebol's packaged drinking water and ASL Retail. He has held many managerial positions at the New Indian Express Group and the Kumudam Publications Group. At present, he is the General Manager of Business Standard South. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in welcoming Mr. Jairam to share his thoughts with us today.
Happy morning. His Excellency, the Consul General of Malaysia for South India, Mr. Saravanakumar Vaazhthu, and my friend, Mr. Satyanarayanan Ganesh from RBL Bank. Both of them very readily accepted our invitation to be here and make this occasion the real international conference. And Your Excellency, you are the first diplomat visiting this college, so that you have given a great honor for this institution and made this conference really successful. நான் எப்பவுமே உங்களில் ஒருவன் தான். My association with this college started in 2004 when I was heading the Trichy edition of the New Indian Express and Dinamani, when Professor Marcus Bhuminathan was the principal. அப்போ இந்த காலேஜ் வந்து அஃப்கோர்ஸ் 36 acres எல்லாம் இருந்தது, பட் இவ்வளோ பில்டிங்ஸ் இல்லை. தி நியூ காமர்ஸ் பிளாக் வாஸ் நாட் தேர். ஈவன் தி மேக்னிஃபிஷன் பிரின்சிபல் ரூமும் இல்லாமல் இருந்தது. I used to meet him and we had a good connection. Then I am so thankful to Professor Jnanaraj sir, where we had a very great bonding, and the association began from the day I joined Business Standard in 2012. That old commerce block, lift irukadha, I think 3rd floor or 4th floor, I used to walk. So morning, whenever I used to come, I used to meet him. Then the collaboration started, a relationship started. Then with this connect with the international conference, Dr. Shanti Merlin Madam, Hannah Madam, and Professor Charles Zure sir, Ravi Kumar sir, all these wonderful people I got associated. And adanala your benefit enna, I stay young. That is a good thing. So being here in the campus, and every international conference, Urmiyoda, they tell me, sir, this is your responsibility. நீங்கள் வேறு அப்பப்போ சொல்லிடுறீங்க, நான் உங்களில் ஒருவன்னு நீங்கள் பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ தட் ஐ ஹவ் பீன் டூயிங் இட். ஸோ திஸ் டைம் ஐ ஃபெல்ட் ஓகே, தட் ஷுட் பி அ ரியல் இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் விச் ஹஸ் காட் தி ரியல் இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் கனெக்டிவிட்டி, இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் ஃப்ளேவர். So I suggested that we should have the Consul General of Malaysia, and sir also readily agreed in spite of his very busy schedule. And then I felt, okay, who will be the international banker? Endha consulate ponalum RBL bank da the official bankers. We used to meet in few of the country celebrations and all this thing. Then I felt, okay, Mr. Satyanarayan Ganesh, அவர் வந்து 4 வருஷம் நான் மிஸ் பண்ணுறேன், ஏதோ முடியல ஜாராம் எனக்கு அப்படி இப்படின்னா, இஸ் a very busy man. இந்த டைமே ரொம்ப டைட்டாக இருந்தது. முந்தினத்து பாம்பேயில் இருந்தார், சார் வந்துடுவீங்களா? இல்லை நான் மதுரை போயிட்டு வந்துடுறேன். நேற்று கரெக்டாக கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணார், மதுரை வந்துட்டேன். அப்பா ஒரு நிம்மதி, சரி எப்படியும் வந்துடுவார் அப்படின்னு. நேற்று ஈவினிங் லேட் ஈவினிங் he told me I have reached this thing. அதுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி இன்றைக்கி சீக்கிரமாகவே வந்துட்டார். Then he said, I know the Consul General, I will also enjoy the proceedings. So thank you. So thank you for these two wonderful gentlemen for being with us. And this has got a very relevant topic. இப்போ நேற்றுலேருந்து ஈவினிங்லேருந்து நானும் சிஜிஎல்ல we were discussing more about sustainability. அதுதான் future. So what I wish is, let there be a transformation on entrepreneurship, on innovation, research and all, which will sustain forever. That should be the underlining theme. இன்னைக்கு மார்னிங் கூட we were discussing about how Brazil is very focused on agri economy. GDP அதெல்லாம் மறந்துடுங்க. His friend was traveling for 1500 kilometers. The entire place was full of agriculture. ஸோ ஈவன் நேற்று கூடி அவர் வந்து ஒரு நல்ல விஷயம் நமக்கு வந்து எங்களுக்கு சொன்னார். பாம் ஆயில் இஸ் ரியலி குட். நமக்கு எல்லாத்துக்குமே ஒரு பெரிய மித்து இருக்குது, பாம் ஆயில் இஸ் பேட். Thankfully, I don't know which elements made it. So he was giving the very good concept that how palm oil is good and how Malaysia is producing palm oil with a good sustainable agricultural practices. Adukku two Indians were in the forefront of making that happen. So that's how the sustainability is happening. ஸோ நேற்றே வந்து இந்த சஸ்டைனபிள் ப்ராக்டிசஸ் இப்போ கான்ஃபரன்ஸுக்கு அப்புறம் வர்றதை வந்து நேற்றே அவர் ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாரு. ஸோ திஸ் வில் கண்டினியூ அண்ட் ஐ விஷ் யூ ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஐ லுக் ஃபார்வர்ட் டு மோர் அண்ட் மோர் இன்டர்நேஷ்னல் கான்ஃபரன்சஸ் அண்ட் வேர் பிஸ்னஸ் ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் வில் ஆல்சோ பி அசோசியேட்டட் வித் திஸ் அண்ட் ஐ வில் ஆல்சோ ஸ்டே யங். தேங்க்யூ. தேங்க்ஸ் a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your support and encouragement. As we draw the inaugural session to a close, let us stand for the national anthems of Malaysia, followed by India, reflecting the unity and diversity that this conference represents. Dear participants, I implore you remain standing for the national anthems as a mark of respect and patriotism. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you everyone for your dedicated patience throughout. Please have tea which is served outside the seminar hall, and I request all of you participants, please wait till the dignitaries leave. We request all the commerce faculty to come to the stage. We request all the commerce faculty to come to the stage for the group photo.
Students kindly raise as the dignitaries leave the hall. Participants, let's take a short tea break. Please help yourselves to the refreshments provided. We'll reconvene at 11:30 a.m. sharp.
எவ்வளோ நடப்ப ஸ்டாட்டஸ் போடல ஓகே போடு
this has been the most perfect holiday ever. I don't think I'm ready to go back yet.
I don't mind.
We request the faculty members and students to assemble inside the seminar hall. We request the faculty members and students to assemble inside the seminar hall. Volunteers, kindly take care of the students, those who are outside. We request the faculty members to assist the students inside the seminar hall. We request the association office bearers to assist the students inside the seminar hall. We request Mercy ma'am to occupy the MC desk.
Participants do assemble faster in the hall as the first session is about to begin. Participants, please do assemble faster in the hall. Participants are requested to take their seats as soon as possible. Participants, please stand as the chief guest is arriving the hall. Welcome back, everyone. Let's reignite the spark of sustainability and propel our transformation journey forward, where we'll explore more groundbreaking ideas packed with expert knowledge in today's session. Please be seated. We request Dr. S. Shanti Merlin, Coordinator of BCom Professional Accounting and Associate Dean Training and Placement, to introduce the keynote speaker, Mr. Satyanarayanan Ganesh, Group Executive Vice President, RBI Bank, with a felicitation.
Dr. Satyanarayanan Ganesh, sir, dignitaries, my dear colleagues, student friends, participants from other college, and online viewers, a happy morning to one and all gathered here. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished resource person for today's session, Mr. Satyanarayanan Ganesh, sir, a strategic, visionary, and a transformational leader with over 25 years of experience in banking and financial sector. Currently serving as a regional head for branch and business banking, South and Goa at RBL Bank, he has been instrumental in driving organizational growth and performance improvement. With a career spanning notable institutions like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and Airtel, his journey is marked as a strategic, foreseeing executive, a person who changes, an innovative person, and ability to navigate complex challenges with ease. During his decade-long tenure at HDFC Bank, he rose from the role of branch manager to the circle head, establishing and expanding retail franchise across Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, and Goa. His leadership has been in forecasting, innovative, thought-provoking, and organizational redesigning, process engineering, and business growth strategies. An accomplishment professional with a bachelor's degree in science and management degree from Madras University. Our speaker has also demonstrated excellence beyond the boardroom. A passionate cricketer, he has represented the Tamil Nadu Cricket Association League and has participated in various CSR initiatives, including a remarkable 1,000-kilometer cycling event from Mumbai to Hyderabad. Ladies and gentlemen, please join in welcoming Mr. Satyanarayan Ganesh, a dynamic leader and an inspirational speaker. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, and thank you for this wonderful introduction. It's good always to hear about yourself, sitting aside and somebody introducing you. Right. So I think I have to listen to Jayaraman more frequently. He's been saying that I've been missing for a couple of years in attending colleges, so I pick up the secret of him that he's being young by visiting colleges. So I'll start visiting more. So that makes me wear my glass also. So I think we are missing him, but due respect to the chief guest today, His Excellency the Consul General of Malaysia, whom I know otherwise from Chennai, Jairam, who is the person whom I'm here for, and the management of Bishop Iber College, the distinguished professors, guests, and my dear students. I've been addressing in few colleges earlier, so I wouldn't like saying students, because for whatever we are talking today, you are the future. You're going to be the people who are going to be part of this transformation, either in executing it or being a beneficiary of it. It's indeed interesting when I got a call from Jairam asking me to be part of this, and when he shared this invite, the one thing which really impressed me was, one, the conference title that you all have thought about, and truly with the CG coming in today, you made it absolutely international today, right? But the topic itself, when you talk about sustainable transformation, it really interested me. And the most fascinating thing was, it's good to see, and I also go with what the Consulate General said, such things have to be discussed at this level, at a college level. I think my congratulations and kudos to the management of the college for picking up this in your discussions at the college level. Because this is not something which has to come later. These thought processes have to come in early. And today, if you look at most of the transformation that is happening, are coming in from very, very simple, young people, right? You hear about the startups, those are making revolutions today, changing the way that we are in day-to-day life. So to me, sustainable transformation, as we get into the topic, is something which is not specific. If you actually, Google it, or in ChatGPT, you see it's more concerning to the environment, energy, but it's not. To me, I feel it's about day-to-day life. All that we are going to do today will get transformed tomorrow, and which we've already seen over a period of time. I think we have enough examples that happened during the COVID time, which got transformed, and today it's so sustainable that we are now moving forward. If you look at, let's understand, what is sustainable transformation? Transformation is inevitable. In today's, with the changing landscape, changing environment, changing needs, I think something which is imperant is transformation. But that transformation, if it's not sustainable, right, there's no point. Then you have to keep thinking about transforming. Transformation is little long term, and it has to be sustainable. And rightfully, one of the impressive thing is sustainable transformation through research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And I think your principal touched upon the SDG goal of 9, which clearly says in terms of infrastructure and things like that. I think globally, this is something which everybody is working towards too. And it's important, these transformation, if it has to be sustainable, I think the key things are the 3 pillars, which are your research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Let's understand what is research. I'm sure all of you would have, in the 2 days, going to prepare, submit papers, going to debate on this. I'm sure you would have done your own research in terms of what you're going to discuss. Anything that we do, right? This is nothing new. Anything that we do, that we want a change to happen, obviously we need to have some information about what is happening today. And today, in India especially, if you see, for some reason, we are used to collect data. For everything you collect data. Wherever you go, you collect data. Even now I was asked to write a book to put my name, email ID, phone number, whatever. Right? You check into a hotel, even though you have stayed there before, they ask for data. Right? You go into an airline counter, how many 100 times you travel, they ask for data. So we are so obsessed in India with collecting data. Knowingly, unknowingly, we have done that in our country, but today it turns to be such a massive opportunity. And all of you would have heard, data is the new oil. The country which is rich in data is going to do well. And with the kind of population we have in India and the kind of massive data we have, I think that's going to really, really, help us in terms of any transformation that we're going to do. Right? All of us, even the CG spoke about the artificial intelligence. And today artificial intelligence is known to everybody. Right? A small kid talks about artificial intelligence. Either he talks or not, he or she uses artificial intelligence through various modes. Right? Today, anything we want, I think there is an app or a gadget available to, pull in, analyze, and give us what is needed. You go to a Swiggy app, I'm sure we also have Swiggy in Trichy. Swiggy will tell you what you have to eat, rather than you deciding what you want to eat. It tells you you've been, as per our analysis, on a Thursday morning, you normally eat idli. And accordingly, they position their offers, right? I'm trying to make it a little more easy, simple, and a common language that we understand. So these are available purely because of the data. You have logged into Swiggy so much, you've ordered so much, right? It understands your pattern, your mood, everything, and thereby it gives, the necessary data. There's so much of time is cut. You don't have to go and search. In your mind, you would have thought about idli. So the app directly comes to that and says, this, in a way, is the research which the food aggregators have done, purely basis the data. So, most important ingredient towards a sustainable transformation is the research that you bring in. More of data, more of intelligent data that you put in is something which is research. Move on. What do you do with data? You have enough data. Unless you put in your intelligence into that, which today human intelligence is difficult, so we take artificial intelligence, which is good. So unless the data which is processed, the data which is translated into reality, which we call the innovation. So it's important how intelligently we use those data towards our end objective, right? What are the models we create? How do we use technology as an enabler towards getting this data converted into a finished product or a solution, right? Is something innovation plays a role, which is again very, very critical, one of the key pillars in our transformation. And finally, once the data is used using technology and the innovation is done, it's more important for you to ensure that it reaches the last mile, which is the importance of entrepreneurship. Today we can quote many examples, how it's packaged and offered, right? For the end consumer, it's what it is needed. So the entrepreneurship, it requires obviously putting the right, offer in place. Obviously it needs, your financial capabilities and things like that. That today entrepreneurs are capable. There are many, many examples we can quote. So these three ingredients today kind of put you together in terms of the transformative, sustainable transformation which we are talking about. Let's look at some of the examples. I was just thinking about, as I was traveling today, as Jairam said, I was traveling for the last 2 days. So yesterday night I was thinking as to what are the realistic examples a student community could understand. And to make it more obvious that how a research, innovative approach could give you a sustainable transformation. When you look back, our forefathers, very early age, what transformed everything in our life, if I could think of, is the invention of wheel, right? Invention of wheel changed many things. Invention of wheel made certain things to move from one place to other, by which a lot of benefits were arrived, things started moving, your entire ecosystem, logistics got changed and things like that. So invention of wheel happened, and after that what? There's nothing happened. It was going on its own pace. After many 100 years, then we invented the steam engine, right? So that transformation took a lot of time because it was not a sustainable, systematic approach, and hence it took its own time as to whenever we could, get into the steam engine, which again obviously changed the way of life. Things started moving, economy changed, your entire logistic moves, goods were moving from one place to other. But then from there, if you look at it, it's only a few decades that we talk about people landing in moon. See how things have changed. Again, I thought it was a perfect example in terms of, a systematic, transformative approach aided with research, innovation, and today we are in a situation where we could land in any of the planets that we want, right? So this is some fundamental transformative thing which I thought. There are many examples. For example, I'm from the, banking financial world. A relevant example I would say is, again, how banking is very simple, right? All of you know, you're from the commerce department, right? It used to be simple, things have changed now. We take money and we lend money, right? In between, nobody knows what we do. Whatever we do is our profits. But today, thanks to technology, there's a lot of ways of we doing things, right? More people are doing, and we offer a lot of other solutions. Banking is nothing but today an IT company. The end product is a financial product, right? We also use artificial intelligence, all those things. Today, we know what customer wants. We read into customer minds. Sometimes like Swiggy pushes Italy, we also push products, more than, we say it's need-based. Nobody understands whose need. It's customer needs or bank needs, right? It's come to that, so much of competition. That was on a lighter side. But coming to the banking part, I think one of the critical thing in banking financial world is transactions, right? I make a payment to you, right? The age-old system, all we know is I cut a check and give it to you, and you go to your bank and you deposit it, right? And what is the process that happens? Your bank sends a check to me, I validate it, I check whether you have the right balance, I debit it, and then send the funds back to your bank, and the bank gives you credit. This was taking its own time. And then this is a normal check. If both of us are in Trichy, supposing I'm in Trichy and you are in, say, Bangalore, it's called outstation clearing. It's a big thing those days, if you have heard in banking, which today, no question, nobody talks about it, right? First of all, there's no checks these days. The point is the check has to physically travel. It has to get, the same process will follow. You will deposit there, it will fly here or travel here, then I have to do the same process, which used to take a week. See the impact, which means for a person to realize the money that he has to receive, it used to take over a week, right? And to that extent, and money is what? Obviously, money depends on many things, or many things depends on money. Once I get the money, for example, if I'm a manufacturer, once I get the money, I have to procure goods, then I have to manufacture, then I have to finish the product, and I have to sell it. So your business cycle was that much restricted. Then the thought process came, how do we reduce it? Again, this is where the data research enablement happened. Technology as enabler came in place. Banks were automated. So the check need not travel to the other location. Sitting here, I can check whether the same thing which otherwise the check has to go physically got done. That reduced the time. Then the further innovation, futuristic thing. The physical checks were not traveling. What we see today is the imaging has come. So nobody sends a physical, it's the image which goes and transforms. This is one side which still exists. But the alternate, the data, the research, the requirement. Data research not only means that how many people transact, it's about the requirement. You have the external economic factors that have to come in. What if this churn of collection payment is made faster? How many times this person can produce more, and thereby the entire ecosystem can get benefited, right? If I have to manufacture something, I have to buy my products from 10 other people. So in turn, their payment is getting impacted. So all of this will have a complete impact on the environment. And by the way, while I say this, look at the environmental impact, social impact. A check is a paper. You know how papers are made. There are environmental impacts which reduces. And there's a physical transportation which happens, which again impacts pollution and other things. So none of it is done today. It's all digital electronic. So all these research went in, and subsequently even the physical or the check issuance today as we speak is hardly 10% today. We had thanks to the digital innovations, which brought in things like your NEFT, RTGS. So that's been rampant in the business community. But if you look at the individual space, all of you would have heard on the UPIs of the world. Today, no WhatsApp, no human being. If you don't have on WhatsApp, you're questioned whether you're a human being or not. Okay? There's no life without mobile. There's no life without WhatsApp. I think even at COVID, we were not so disturbed. One day there was a network issue, server issue on WhatsApp. For a few hours, the WhatsApp was not working. I think life broke hell. Right? Everybody believed there's no life beyond this. The problem is we all say too many messages, too many groups. Now school, college, kindergarten, all groups are there, right? I still have started my school groups and all now. No time, I have to take a day off to check all my WhatsApp messages these days. So when we complain that too much of WhatsApp messages, but we also get worried when there's no messages in WhatsApp. Suddenly we go and check the network. There are times when I get a call from somebody, what happened? You're all okay. Last 2 days I didn't see a message from you. I mean, we are so much into information and data, but in a way that's helping us. Today, the entire coordination of me coming, Jairam calling me is all technology which is thankfully helping us. So this I felt was a perfect example, the way the transformation thought process happened in the banking industry, and there are many innovations happening. Many innovations. You look at, obviously, I'm sure the earlier guest also spoke about the transformation in the energy sector, transformation in the mobility sector, your electric vehicles today, which is getting rampant, giving you, in terms of lesser pollution and things like that. So these are social impact transformations. You look at some of the, as I mentioned in terms of the food distributions, which I spoke about, Swiggy, Zomato, it has completely changed the world, right? Gone those days where we go to a restaurant, then we order from a restaurant. Today you can order each of the item from different restaurants and you are at a fingertip. And this has really helped many things. Better organized supplier to those restaurants, better delivery mechanism, given a lot of opportunities for the layers in between. There is a food delivery guy which has given him a job opportunity, business opportunity, right? There's a logistic packaging company which has given your Amazons of the world, e-commerce stuff. So all these things today are clearly an example for us to look at, and this is never ending. It's not that we have arrived in life, that we have had enough transformations in life that we have to, now sit and enjoy that. I think that's ongoing thing. Our requirements in life are never ending. It's going on forever. And it's very important that you in these 2 days have to sit through, think about, debate, discuss, and your college has given a wonderful platform for you. I mean, normally these conferences, discussions are about a little old dated debt topics where, for the sake of it, you prepare, there could be some reports that you refer to and do, but I feel this is more relevant, interesting for you, and it'll prepare you for a better tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, as you finish, you get into the, commercial world, it'll make you better prepared in terms of, your understanding and knowledge. So these two are very critical, debate, disagree, agree, right? Question each other. And don't think that you students cannot think beyond certain things. No. Today, if you ask some of us to sit and discuss, our minds are a little closed, right? Beyond a point, if you're in a corporate life, your thought process is more aligned towards that corporate. Your thinking is kind of narrowed down. I always believe, and enjoy talking to students for the simple reason that it's a little uncluttered mind, right? All that you have to do is only pressure you have is to read and pass and, score your marks. But otherwise, in terms of information, you're more receptive, right? you don't have any opinions to make when you receive information. Whereas some of us, to be very frank, when we sit and hear somebody, immediately we correlate to somebody. Our mind starts working, we heard that, but he's saying this, what is this relevant, this, that. So we don't have an open mind. I mean, not many will admit, but I'm open enough to admit. After all, students, I can always accept it, right? So I keep doing this digital, change in landscape in, digital things in the financial world, on the digital disruptions. I keep saying students are the future disruptors. Because disruption is inevitable, disruption in the right way, okay, disruption in the right way. So these transformation in a way, I would relate to that. Any change is inevitable, constant, and welcoming today for all that we are going through. So please use these 2-3 days. I just have a few things to say. I was just noting down this morning. In the financial world, I was talking about these, banks and other things. All of you understand, again, being from the commerce background. I think these fintechs, hope all of you understand fintechs, right? Nothing, not, it's a jargon, that's it. Nothing but an IT company, right? Using data, processing and giving an output. Okay, if somebody is using fintechs, this, that, don't get worried. You say, I know about it. Okay, all good jargons to use. But these fintech companies today, what they have done, again, it's a very transformative thing from the entrepreneurship side. Okay, today, what banks and NBFCs were doing in terms of processing your loans, take hard data, ask for hundreds of papers, put through your own credit mechanism, 100 of people reviewing it, one agree, one disagree, and finally the decision is taken, which was the old process. Today again, the transformation happened. All of this data is available. Today, my financial data is available in public domain. If I'm paying income tax, my tax data is available. And all banks are to report the financial health of a businessman who has taken a loan into a common, entity, which you call it as CIBIL, CRILIC, whatever. So these are data available. To establish and identify a person, you have all these standard government stacks available. So fintech is nothing but a system which accesses all these things, put in with their own algorithm, logic, or whatever we may call credit logic, and come out with a credit solution. This is a wonderful example of, again, research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Data available in different pieces, use technology as an innovation to align that together, and finally, the fintech companies as an entrepreneur goes into the market to offer. This has completely transformed, completely today. Loans which used to take a week and month's time to decide and disburse are today available in few minutes. What has happened? It has also made larger banks and NBFCs also to convert them into a fintech on their own. Who is the beneficiary? Finally, the end consumer. The people in the market are the beneficiaries. Right? So anything and everything today needs transformation. All that we need needs transformation. On our daily walk of life, there is a pain point. If that pain point is understood and use data to research and apply whatever resources, technology available, I think the end solution will finally live up to what we are talking about, our transformation in today's world. And all these transformation has come in that way. Understand a problem. You talk about Ola, Uber, most interesting thing. Gone those days where previous night you have to book for a taxi, wait next day and come and all this drama. Few seconds, you have a cab at your doorstep. Again, data. Right? And today, and I use frequently Uber in Chennai, and subsequently I have an alternate arrangement with my bank which is sending me cars. Uber sends me a message. It's been 45 days since you have used my cab to airport. Please restart. I'm offering a free ride to airport. Imagine the kind of information available. And the most important thing is the power of information and this innovation is it's a targeted approach. Right? Which is helping organizations like us. Earlier, as a bank, we have to run a campaign. For example, I have to give an offer on something. I just pick up some 10,000 customers and I have to run a campaign saying, okay, I give you an offer. I used to give this example. If on my credit card, I have to give, say, 5% offer on optical shop, what do? I just randomly write to, I'm saying 10 years back, we just randomly write to 10,000 customers. Go to Lawrence and Mayo, swipe your card, get 5% discount. Unfortunately, out of the 10,000, 5,000 don't wear specs. I don't know. Out of this 5,000, 2,000 has a regular shop where they'll go and buy. More relevant if I have to say Vaazhthu or your Vijay Opticals, whatever. Another 1,000 or 2,000 would have just bought it recently. So there's no need for next 3 months for them, or 5 months or 6 months or 1 year. Is it making sense for all of you? I'm talking little simple which you all can understand. So finally you will end up some 400, 500 people who really read and see, and in that maybe 100 or something will go. Today I have data, I have research capabilities available, I have technology as an innovation available, and we bankers, entrepreneurs, what we do is, I pull out data of customers who have in the last 5 years have swiped their card in optical shops. So it's more targeted, so I'm not going anywhere away from. In that I filter those who have, bought it 2 years back or 1 year back. It's even more sharper. And then I say, okay, who are the people, certain value parameters I fix and who buy, and accordingly I give. My response earlier, it used to be 2%, 3%, is now 25, 30%. This is transformation in real sense. See the output for the effort you're putting, right? And all the 3 ingredients, what you said in terms of research and innovation which goes. Because today technology is available, artificial intelligence available. It is all up to us to do the research, put in the relevant technology need, and come out with an output. And all these startups that we are talking about, right? The buzzword is startup, right? So we also have a program in our bank called startups. So I'm just giving you an open offer. Anybody wants tomorrow anything about startup, please reach out to me. I can share some of the information on that. These startups are nothing. Again, pick up some challenge, pain point in the market and start working on this, right? There's nobody, no government or somebody will come and transform this. Even government did some transformation. For example, I have to go. I was just thinking the other day, how things have changed. Earlier, if you have to put a road from Chennai to Trichy, government has to spend money, crores and crores of money, and it will take its own time. By then the government will change, or internally somebody will take that money. All those challenges we have, right? So, obviously it was a challenge. So what is the impact? Roads were not good. The travel had impacted. Because of travel, the goods movement got impacted, business impacted. And because of bad roads, your vehicles get damaged. It has to be serviced, tires have to be changed. Okay, somebody is making money out of that, but still, as a person, I will miss out. See the transformative thought process. Government then thought about into these tolls. So they made contractors lay the road and then charge toll and collect that money over a period of time by paying a percentage to the government. So what it used to be an expense to the government became an income. Today you want to put a load, government is happy because somebody will lay the road, collect the toll and pay to the government. So it's a revenue for the government. See, these are innovative thoughts. So today, and this is nothing but a public-private partnership that we are talking about. So you as students, please keep your mind open when you think about anything. It could be anything. Don't think sustainability, transformation is all into the social impact side. In our day-to-day business, living environment, there are enough to transform. Okay, another classic example is COVID taught us many things. We adapted, the entire thing transformed. We completely moved into the digital money from then on. It became an awareness in terms of the health-related stuff. Okay, people never believed that things can be done through Zooms and team calls and Google Meets, right? We never. For every meeting, I used to travel to Mumbai or to Bangalore or to my meeting people. Today, things have changed. It is not just meeting. You can do reviews, you can do anything through virtual media. Things have changed. We don't have to wait for a problem to come like COVID for us to think of transformation. I think these transformations will make us even better prepared to handle eventualities like COVID in future. Right? So all I would like to say is, okay, I don't want to give him with more examples. I think it's not a distant goal. It's happening right now, driven by research innovation. The actions we take today will define the world that we're going to live in tomorrow. Right? The path forward is clear. A future where progress and sustainability will go hand in hand. So let's take the necessary steps for us to have a wonderful future. So I'm wishing you all the very best in your future. More importantly, I think for the next 2 days, make the most out of these 2 days. Discuss, as I said, debate, learn, unlearn, argue, and finally together come out with the best thoughts, which not only you, all of us will get benefited in future. Once again, take this opportunity to thank the management and all of you for giving me an opportunity to address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking and enlightening speech. Your keynote address was truly a perfect blend of inspiration and expertise. Proceeding to, we request Dr. Anushya, Coordinator, BCom FinTech, to introduce the keynote speaker, Mr. Thangam Sudhir. Thank you, sir, for your presence here. We request you to take your seat off the dais. Participants, please raise up.
Hi. Hi, Thangam. Are you able to see us? Can you just speak?
Yes, Hannah, I can see all of you.
Why don't you switch on your camera?
You ready for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Proceeding to, we request Dr. Anushya, Coordinator, BCom FinTech, to introduce the keynote speaker, Ms. Thangam Sudhir, Service Delivery Manager, OSI Digital Incorporation, California, with a felicitation.
Good afternoon to one and all gathered here. It is with great honor and pleasure that we welcome our distinguished resource person, Mrs. Thangam Sudhi, for this special occasion. Mrs. Thangam is a seasoned professional with over 2 decades of extensive experience in the IT and corporate sectors, demonstrating a profound commitment to excellence in service, delivery, and client management. She currently holds the prestigious position of Service Delivery Manager at OSI Digital Incorporated, California, where she leads client relationship strategies, oversees operational efficiencies, and guides high-performing teams to ensure top-tier service outcomes. Her academic journey reflects her dedication to continuous learning and expertise. She holds a master's degree in commerce and a bachelor's degree in corporate secretaryship. In addition, Mrs. Thangam is a certified corporate secretary and an esteemed member of Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators. Complementing her corporate governance credentials, she possesses IT certifications in Workday and Boomi, strengthening her leadership in technology-driven environment. Her illustrious career span key roles in Singapore, including leadership positions at Singapore Trust Company Private Limited, Sitco Singapore Private Limited, and PB Corporate Service Private Limited, where she managed corporate secretarial duties, regulatory compliance, and administrative excellence for global clients across diverse industries. Mrs. Thangam's dynamic leadership, extensive experience, and commitment to excellence inspire us to all. I wish to mention that she is a close friend of Dr. Hannah ma'am. Her presence today through online adds immense value to our event, and we eagerly look forward to her insightful address. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our resource person, Mrs. Thangam Sudhi. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to be here today. So let me begin by thanking the Commerce Department head, Dr. Fenella, for inviting me to be a part of this conference, as well as Dr. Sudha, the organizing secretary, being in constant communication with me to ensure that this forum is a success. It's an honor to be here and to speak on a subject that is both close to my heart and crucial for our future, women entrepreneurship and its role in sustainable development. As we move toward a more sustainable and inclusive world, there is no doubt that women entrepreneurs are at the forefront of this transformation. So today, let's explore how women entrepreneurs can contribute to a more equitable and sustainable future. Let me get into my presentation. Is screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the topic we'll be. I'd like to share some of the points I have on women entrepreneurship and sustainable development. We look at it from a global as well as an Indian perspective, and we'll discuss some of the challenges and opportunities and the powerful potential that women have in leading the change toward a better world for all of us. I'm working here with 2 laptops, so just bear with me if my focus is not completely on the screen. Before we begin, I had this slide prepared to share a little bit about myself, but I think all my points were covered in the introduction that I got, so I'm not going to linger here for long. So yes, I'm Dr. Hannah and we were college mates in BHC College of Arts. We've known each other for a long time, I would say 30 years. now. So that's just a fun fact for you to know. Okay, let's get on. So let's see. I just put together some information which I think will help us understand the topic a little better. So who is an entrepreneur? I think all of you would be well aware of this, the definition of an entrepreneur, but we will just go through that again. So an entrepreneur is an individual who identifies an opportunity, takes initiative, creates a business out of it, assumes all the risks involved in it, and eventually gets to enjoy the profits as well. So entrepreneurs actually are even called as innovators because they create something, whether it be products, services, or business models. They create it. So they are called innovators and they turn ideas into reality. So talking about women entrepreneurs in specific, they are often driven by a desire to express their creativity and find innovative solutions to problems. So according to what the government of India defines a woman entrepreneur as someone who owns 51% capital of that particular venture, as well as employs at least 51% women in their organization. So that's what is the definition of a woman entrepreneur as per the government of India. So why is a woman entrepreneur important? What does women entrepreneurship bring? So they play a significant role in producing jobs, which in turn produces wealth, and an increase in wealth leads to a lower poverty rate. So it's kind of like a ripple effect. So women create employment opportunities, not just for themselves, but for others as well, especially in local communities. And women entrepreneurship is an important indicator for world development. Why do we say that? Because as women enter the business world, they take on leadership roles. They challenge traditional gender norms, and they try to create pathways for other women to succeed. So when a woman succeeds, it's an indicator that the world is improving and developing. Then women, of course, create a more equal and just society. And how do they do that? They often address social issues and improve community well-being through their business. Now let's take a quick look at what is sustainable development. You might have heard this term a number of times. So sustainable development is basically meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, right? So we meet the needs of the present, but we also do not, we keep it as it is for the future generations to come as well. And then it also means balancing economic growth with environmental protection and social equity, and ensuring that development does not deplete natural resources for future use. So you benefit now in the present, as well as you ensure that your future generations are also taken care of. So how is this attainable, sustainable development? How do we attain it? You could say it's by focusing on the 5 P's of sustainable development, which is people, planet, prosperity, partnership, peace, right? So people, so you focus on improving the quality of life for all people, basically ensure that everybody has access to basic needs, food, clothing, education, healthcare, etc. And you talk about the planet, it emphasizes on protecting and preserving the environment so as to safeguard our planet and make sure that ecosystems are maintained for future generations. When it comes to prosperity, it encourages economic growth and development that benefits everybody. fair opportunities and reduction in poverty. And when you look at partnership, it highlights the importance of a collaboration between governments, between businesses, and communities where everyone works together in order to bring about some sustainable solutions. And peace, everybody, we all want a peaceful world. So that goes back to saying that peace for the society where there, conflicts, lesser conflicts or conflicts are resolved and human rights are respected and everybody lives in harmony, right? So this is the world we are all striving towards, moving towards. And that is, if all of this encompasses what is essentially what we say as sustainable development. I think this is the hot topic nowadays, sustainable development. And you might have, you probably are well aware of the Sustainable Development Goals. So this is the 2030 agenda for sustainable development. And they have put forth 17 sustainable development goals. This is obviously set by the United Nations and was set in 2015. Giving everyone about 15 years to kind of come up and meet these goals. These goals are a roadmap for progress that is sustainable, and it's kind of inclusive. It doesn't leave anyone behind. So I'm not going to go too deep into each of these goals, just specifically into what relate to our topic here, women entrepreneurship. So when you talk of women entrepreneurship in relation to sustainable development goals, it basically, we go back to the 3 goals. So one would be gender equality, right? So gender equality and empowering women and girls. This is a fundamental human right, and it's a foundation for a peaceful and prosperous and a sustainable world. So gender equality is very important, I would say, one of the most important. And then women entrepreneurship again ties back to decent work and economic growth, goal number 8. This goal aims to provide full and productive employment and decent work for all, right? Barring whether gender, whether male or female, it just strives towards providing decent work for all. And then again, the last one would tie up to goal number 10, which is reduced inequalities. Inequalities in any way, right? Discrimination, which may be based on income, based on age, based on sex, based on disability, race, ethnicity. So this goal is to reduce such inequalities. So I would say when a woman enters the business world, it contributes towards eliminating some of these pressing challenges of our time. Women's equality and empowerment is one of the is part of the Sustainable Development Goals. But it's also integral to all dimensions of inclusive and sustainable development. In short, you could say that all of the SDGs depend on the achievement of goal number 5, which is gender equality. Let's take a quick look at how women entrepreneurs have impacted the world. What is the global impact they have? So women, I would say now have spread their reach across all sectors, various sectors. So when it comes to renewable energy, women are leading the change in green technology, promoting clean energy solutions, and creating eco-friendly businesses. I have an example here. Dr. Dept, who's the co-founder of a solar energy company in Africa, providing affordable solar energy solutions to rural communities. This an example of how women are in the renewable energy sector. And then when it comes to sustainable agriculture, which involves organic farming, agroforestry, which is like planting more trees, and then sustainable food production methods. One of the examples I'm able to give you here is Dr. Vandana Shiva. She's an Indian environmental activist advocating biodiversity and sustainable farming practices. Next, we look at the fashion industry. So when it comes to ethical fashion, we're talking about eco-friendly materials and fair labor practices. We have Stella McCartney, who's a British fashion designer. She's known for her commitment to sustainability and the use of her eco-friendly materials in her design. And then last but not the least, technology and innovation, which is again the buzzword today. We talk about innovative products that address sustainability, digital inclusion. So everybody's, you make digitalization accessible for everybody. And Anne-Marie, she's the founder of a UK-based organization inspiring young girls to pursue careers in technology and innovation. So the reason why I kind of put this up here is you can see how women are spread across various industrial sectors and the change that they are trying to achieve. I just wanted to kind of give you an insight, from a global perspective. So you know what's happening around and just, live examples of real people doing stuff around the world. As I said, women entrepreneurs have a great impact on communities. So they have their impact is spread across social impact, environmental impact, economic impact, as well as how they affect global development, right? So when it comes to social, let's look at it one by one. When it comes to social impact, women entrepreneurs tend to reinvest their earnings. Generally, this is how it goes. They tend to reinvest their earnings into their families and into communities. They focus on education and health and local development. So that is how we say that, that's the kind of social impact that women entrepreneurs have. And studies show that women entrepreneurs are more likely to prioritize education and healthcare, which in turn lifts the entire communities. And, also when women are more educated, when you get jobs, again, going back to what I said in the beginning, right? It's a ripple effect. You get more jobs, you get which increases your wealth and then reduces poverty. So that's the kind of social impact they have. When we're talking about environmental impact, many women entrepreneurs are at the forefront of developing sustainable solutions such as eco-friendly products and renewable energy solutions. So their efforts help mitigate environmental challenges such as climate change and depletion of resources. When you look at economic impact, it's exactly what we just spoke about, right? Job creation, which in turn leads to economic growth, which in turn leads to poverty reduction. Of course, global development. So they say that women entrepreneurs have a multiplier effect, right? So for every woman-led business, an average of 3 to 5 people in the local community benefit directly through a woman being employed. And this leads to economic opportunities for not only that family, but for the entire community. So these are some ways that women have been impacting communities and global development. Here, I kind of just put together a picture to kind of show you from a global perspective, what is the progress of women in business. So this picture provides insight on the progress of women in business around the globe. It's an overall assessment of how women are faring in business, financial, education, and workplace settings in comparison to their male counterparts, right? So this study or survey, you could say, was they examined 65 countries. This was done by MasterCard. And if you, I did not, list down too many of them, but I just took the top 3. So if you look here, we have the top 3 are United States, New Zealand right here, and then you have Canada. So the countries in the darker shade, red shade that you see, those are the ones who are topping when it comes to progress of women in the business scene, right? So these top economies, how are they able to do that? How are they able to allow their women to progress? How are women able to progress in these economies? So that's because of, so women thrive here because they have access to financial support, they have a positive and inclusive business environment, and they have opportunities to learn and network. So these are some of the reasons why women thrive in these countries. Apart from that, there's also a high quality of governance, and there's a positive social and cultural attitude in these countries. So in this study, in this index, India is ranked 57 out of the 65 countries. And when they kind of analyzed the lower ranking economies, right, the last 10 countries of the survey, it was found that the women's ability to thrive as business owners or leaders or professionals is constrained in these lower ranked economies. The reason being it's due to the lack of funding and opportunities for higher level education and lack of mentorship. So these are some of the struggles women face in some of the other, apart from the countries who've been ranking top, in the other countries, these are some of the challenges that women face. This is again another slide I put together just to look at some statistics around the world. If you look here, this is a 2023 survey done on women leadership and what is the state of women leadership. If you look here, the orange sections here depict women CEOs, and the gray sections depict men CEOs. So if you look here, you will say that women, it highlights how women leadership is significant in these sectors, right? Here, university leaders, academic staff, public health, public school heads, public school teachers, healthcare workforce. So in all these sectors, women are in the forefront of education, healthcare. But again, when it comes to the more sectors that are reshaping the society, companies that are reshaping the society, you don't see it that much. If you look here on this side, you see it's very, very minimal in comparison to the male counterparts, right? So when it comes, so what are these industries we have here where females are very, very underrepresented, right? Energy sectors, finance, then you have health, again, S&P 500 companies, Fortune 500 companies, health tech companies. So this women are very underrepresented in these sectors. And while we can't discount the strides we have made in terms of women leadership, it's also important to acknowledge that it's a long road ahead, right, in achieving gender parity at leadership levels. So gender balance is, it's not just a woman's issue, right? It's an economic issue we're talking about. Gender bias can be both, sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's unconscious, but whichever way it is, it impacts women in different ways, including in the workplace and also in leadership roles, right? So these are things we are striving towards. The scene has improved from what it was earlier, but we still have a long way to go. This statistics kind of proves that we still have a very long way to go and have to work towards that. Moving on to the next slide. What are the top motivators for business, for women to choose business, right? Why do women typically want to start a business? So if you look here, the greater percentage of women, close to 50% of women, say that it's purely due to their passion, right? They want to turn their passion, turn passion into a career. So that's one of the main reasons why women turn to business. The other one closely following would be financial independence. Many women are motivated by the desire for financial freedom and the ability to control their own career path. And they like that freedom where they can make decisions on their own terms. The other important factor for women considering to start businesses, of course, flexibility. And, this and better work and family balance kind of go hand in hand. Entrepreneurship offers them the flexibility to set schedules and create a better work-life balance that suits their family needs and personal commitments. So this is again a great motivator for women to enter business. And then, of course, make more money. Who doesn't want to make more money, right? So I think money is a motivating factor there. And of course, I would say women also have a desire to create a legacy, by which I mean that they are motivated by the opportunity to build something that will last, right? Whether it's creating a business that impacts the future generations or contributing to any particular cause that they are passionate about. That is also one of the top motivators for women when starting a business. Since we've explored some of the motivators, as we've also touched upon in some of the previous slides, let's look at some of the challenges faced by women entrepreneurs. We face, I would say, a variety of challenges in building and scaling businesses, but just let's look at 5 key challenges. The greatest of them would be access to funding. So women struggle to secure funding for their businesses. This is what studies say. Investors are more likely, they're more likely to fund male-led ventures, or they may not take women entrepreneurs seriously. So this makes it very hard for women to access venture capital or loans or financial support. So these are all global challenges, right? It's not confined to any particular country as such, but it's just what women face all over the globe. The next would be gender bias and societal stereotypes. So women entrepreneurs frequently encounter gender bias, where they may not be taken as seriously as their male counterparts. There can also be negative stereotypes around women in leadership. Stereotypes such as women being less confident or not able to make impressive decisions. So those are just stereotypes that we have to deal with, and these kind of undermine women credibility, especially in a male-dominated industries. It kind of makes it difficult for women to shine there. The next would be work-life balance and caregiving responsibilities. Women have to juggle business responsibilities as well as juggle that along with personal and family commitments. So this is often more challenging for women. Societal expectations around caregiving roles and gender norms can make it difficult for women entrepreneurs to find time for both personal as well as business lives. I'm not saying that this is the case always. Men are stepping in more to help with, the family side of things and taking care of children and all that. But it still primarily falls on the woman to do it. So that kind of makes juggling between all these roles kind of difficult for a woman when it comes to building a career in business as well. What are some of the networking barriers that women face, right? Many entrepreneurial networks are male dominated, which can create barriers for women trying to establish valuable business relationships or gain access to mentors or investors or industry insiders. So without these networks, opportunities for growth and expansion can be limited. And again, yeah, as we said, limited access to mentorship. So it's very important to have access to like experienced mentors for entrepreneurial success. But women often have fewer role models or mentors to look up to or to guide them in their business journey. And this lack of mentorship can hinder their development or decision making and the ability to grow or expand their business. So when we looked at challenges, let's see now how there are policies in place and what are the initiatives that help support women entrepreneurs. I've just taken a couple because I did not want to elaborate too much and take up too much time. But when you look at the global policies, the UN has a couple of policies, one being UN Women's Empowerment Principles. This focuses on gender equality in the workplace and leadership. And this is primarily for empowering female entrepreneurs. They also have a gender equality action plans in place, and this is to close the gender gap. Again, equal access opportunities for women. That is what these action plans strive to do. And then the World Bank also has gender equality and development programs. Again, basically focusing on reducing the gender gap in economic participation. And they do that by providing funding for women-led businesses in developing countries. When you look at initiatives from an Indian perspective, what kind of Indian policies are in place to help women? There's a scheme called Stand Up India scheme, which basically focuses on providing financial support for women entrepreneurs. They provide loans to women starting businesses, especially in rural areas. And they also there is another scheme called Mudra Yojana, which is for providing microfinance, assisting women by giving them collateral-free loans for up to 10 lakhs to start small businesses. There is another one called Women Entrepreneurship Platform, WEP. So this is a digital platform to support women entrepreneurs. They offer networking, funding, and training to empower women-led startups across India. So these are some of the initiatives that are being taken globally. I just picked up India because we are focusing on India, but I'm sure there are several such initiatives across countries across the world. Okay, what are the opportunities for women entrepreneurs in sustainable development? I would say opportunities are limitless. I've listed down a few which we can discuss, but actually opportunities are limitless, right? Women can explore and pursue careers in any field that they want in today's landscape. So if you look at green technologies and renewable energy, women entrepreneurs can lead initiatives in the renewable energy sector, including solar, wind, or bioenergy projects. These are all the upcoming areas where you can see more and more women entering such fields. So the increasing demand for clean energy solutions presents opportunities for businesses that provide affordable, eco-friendly alternatives to traditional energy sources. So this is an area where women can expand. The next would be sustainable fashion, eco-friendly consumer products. These are also getting a lot of focus these days. you see it all over social media platforms and stuff. So there's a growing demand for sustainable and ethical products. So this kind of opens doors for women to create eco-conscious fashion brands, sustainable packaging solutions, and environment-friendly consumer goods. These businesses capitalize on the rising awareness around fast fashion and unsustainable consumption. So you go for more ethical practices. You kind of want to know who, when it comes to fashion and when it comes to clothing, you would want to adopt a method by which you know who is actually making your costume or your dress for you, rather than just going to a big brand store and buying clothes from there, where you wouldn't know how it's being produced or who is behind getting that product out to you, right? And if you look at agricultural and sustainable food systems, women can innovate in sustainable agriculture by focusing on organic farming and the development of plant-based food products or lab-grown food products. They can also spearhead initiatives to reduce food waste and promote sustainable food distribution, particularly in communities where food security is a major concern. So I would say the developing countries or the lower income communities. Water and sanitation solutions. So clean water and sanitation they are essential components of sustainable development. Women can establish businesses that focus on providing clean water solutions, water filtration systems, sanitation products, again, particularly in underserved communities and regions. And then the last would be focus on green construction and sustainable real estate. What does that mean? There's a demand for energy efficient buildings and sustainable construction practices. Women entrepreneurs can lead in green building technologies, eco-friendly home designs, and sustainable urban development. This includes using materials that minimize environmental impact and reduce energy consumption. So these are just some of the areas where women have opportunities to grow. There are others like sustainable tourism, sustainable finance and impact investing, waste management, and so on. Together a slide of faces of some of women entrepreneurs who've had success stories that some of them we may know of, maybe prominent figures, but some you may not be aware of. But these are all people, women trying to make a change, if not in the world, at least in the community around them, which then would lead to a better world, right? So one example, I'm sure everybody knows Indra Nooyi. She was the former CEO of PepsiCo, and she was one of the most influential women in business globally. And she has been a role model for women in the corporate world. So under her leadership, she transformed the company with a focus on healthier products and sustainable practices. And she kind of integrated corporate performance with having broader societal objectives as a goal. So that's kind of the work that she did. And then you have Kiran Shaw. She's the founder of Biocon, which is a biotechnology company in India. And through her, she has a major presence all over India, but I believe she has a major presence in Tamil Nadu as well. And the focus is on healthcare and pharmaceuticals. And she has played a large role in transforming the biotech landscape. This person is Kavya Reddy. She's the co-founder of Beanstalk Farmers. So this is a sustainable farming initiative focused on promoting organic and eco-friendly agricultural practices. The farm specializes in cultivating high-quality crops emphasizing on using natural methods to enrich the soil and protect the environment. And their approach ensures fresh, healthy produce, while at the same time they support local communities as well. The next person I have here is a person called Krishna Priyadarshini. She's the CEO of a company called Instagood Technology Solutions. So this is a tech startup focused on developing innovative vending technologies, and they primarily focus on addressing concerns around safety, hygiene, as well as the environment. So they have vending machines to do this, and one of their flagship products is called the Insta Bag. So this is a cloth bag, and they have a vending machine for it. And this is to help, it helps to provide an eco-friendly alternative to single-use plastics. They also have something called the Insta Bin, which is a smart reverse vending machine. So you usually put money into a vending machine and you get a product, but this is the other way around, right? So you put used plastic bottles in there and they pay you for it. So that is the reverse vending machine technology they use, and it's called the Insta Bin. And during the pandemic, Instagood, they use their vending machines to offer high quality masks to the public. Now that we are out of the pandemic, they have shifted their focus to providing affordable and accessible hygiene products for women, which is available through vending machines. So that's a very innovative way of thinking and coming up with a solution. Again, geared towards empowering a woman, right? Making things accessible for her. This is Divya Shetty. She's the co-founder of a company called Circle X. So this is a company which is redefining waste management and sustainability. The company strives to make the world a better place to live in. They offer services such as industrial waste management, scrap recycling, e-waste management, computers, batteries, stuff like that. How do you manage when you no longer need them? So those kind of solutions they provide. And their mission is to create a world without waste. So according to them, there's nothing called waste. Everything can be recycled, or it can find a different life. So that's what they are about. And the last person here is a person called Manjuriya Palanisamy. She is the founder of a company called Studio Forge, and they are transforming the landscape of retail business marketing, and they provide cost-effective IT and related services. So the reason why I kind of put focus here, as you see, everybody here is an Indian entrepreneur, and some of them the businesses are based out of Coimbatore, based in and around Tamil Nadu. So I just wanted to bring it closer to home, rather than talking about global personalities. When you see such people, it can just be the girl next door, right? Someone similar to any one of us, any one of you sitting here. If you want to make a change, you could, right? So that's why I kind of chose personalities that belong in India, or more of them in Tamil Nadu. Okay, with that, I would kind of wrap up this session with just focusing on how women are shaping their future. So certainly there are challenges women are facing in business today, but there are also many positives that we can focus on, and few ways that women are helping to transform the business world for generations to come is by bringing in new innovation. So as women gain more power and influence in the business world, they bring with them new ideas and innovation as well. And then again, through leadership. So although the representation of women in leadership roles remains a problem, it has improved, has definitely improved in recent years. So women not only bring with them a unique set of hard skills, but they also bring soft skills and qualities such as conflict management, adaptability, ability to work as a team, and all of these are considered essential for leadership in a workplace. Let's look at how they do that through diversity and inclusion. As more women advance in their careers, representation continues to grow. So that is a sign of global development. With more women in leadership roles, it is more inspiring and appealing to others. So through mentoring and coaching, women can support each other, create more inclusive and welcoming workplaces for everybody. And the last point I have here is changing social norms. As more women enter and succeed in business, they change the social norms and break down harmful stereotypes about women and men. So these are some of the areas and the ways in which women are shaping the future. Let's look at the call to action. So how can you as students contribute, right, towards a sustainable world? How do you contribute? So I know you might be looking at it as a very, probably a very theoretical word, and that just something that you learn in your textbooks or in your classrooms. But there are things you can do within your own scope. Some of the things you could do is, one is you could educate yourself. Just be aware of what's happening around you, read. Of course, I don't have to say you have the social media these days to get information. So just be aware of what's happening and take the initiative to know what's happening. Of course, today we are talking about women entrepreneurship, but in general, just focus on, how you could make the world a better place. You could attend workshops, you could attend online courses if that is something that interests you. Don't stop yourself from doing that, right? So get yourself out there to gain knowledge and support. I say women-led business again because it ties back to our topic, but just support any business that focuses on sustainability, focuses on being eco-conscious. So that itself, that could be something that is easily doable, even if you're a student, right? It's something you could do. You could support such businesses. You can buy their products, or you can promote them on the social media platform, or you could recommend them within your friends group or within your network. Those are small steps you could take. If you are really passionate about something, it would be great to see youngsters coming up and starting such initiatives. You could also, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to think of starting a business right away, right? So do something within your own reach, which could be like, you could start a club, you could start a group that promotes sustainability, or you could talk about gender equality or entrepreneurship. You can do such things on campus. If you have, clubs, these could be some of the, topics that could be brought about for discussion. And you can collaborate with like-minded individuals. You can create projects or business ideas that contribute to the local community. And of course, last but not the least, you can leverage technology and innovation. So you use your knowledge of technology. I'm sure all of you are well-versed, much well-versed than people in my age group, I would say. So use your knowledge of technology and innovation to create solutions that can support a sustainable world for all of us. So this can be done through, an app development, or you could join when there is a cause, a sustainable cause. You could join social media campaigns or online platforms. Just because technology can be such a powerful tool, which will also help in advancing women entrepreneurship as well as sustainable goals, right? So by taking some of these steps, as college students, you can also be part of a larger movement that drives positive change for women entrepreneurs, not only women, for all entrepreneurs, and contribute to a more sustainable future for all of us. I just have some final thoughts before my presentation. So just keep in mind that every idea starts with a single thought, right? Your idea may be a great idea, a big idea, but it starts with just a single thought. So don't fear to think, right? Think big, and you can get things moving with just a single thought. And you as youngsters, you are the future of any nation, any community, any nation. So youngsters, you have the power to create meaningful change. The journey begins with you, right? You don't have to wait for others or a company or a different group to start a change. The change can begin with you. So with that, I'd like to end my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for igniting the spark of innovation within us.
Thank you for having me today.
We are deeply grateful for your insightful words, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With this, the first session of First Day Conference gets over. Participants, you can move for lunch, which is provided in the open air stage ground. Kindly have the lunch token with you. The second session, that is the technical session, will begin sharply at 2 o'clock. The allotted halls for the participants is posted in the first floor near the lift. Kindly do refer it for the allotted halls.